Peace, peace. What's up,
What up,
brother?
man?
What's good?
It's good. It's been a minute.
Yeah. It's been a minute. Been about a year, right?
It's been almost like a little over a year because I have. It seems like I have you, Tajay, and Festo on all like within like a month or so of each other. Um,
Word up.
so it's been over a year. Episode 74, carrying the
Yeah.
culture show. My man, A-Plus Hieroglyphics, Souls of Mischief.
What's up with you? Good to be here. What's up, my brother?
Yo, I miss you, man. I miss coming out there to fucking catch up, chill, shit. You know what I'm saying? So
man.
I'm hoping we can do it this summer.
Yeah. I hope the world opens up some more so make it, make it pop. We miss you out here too, brother.
Yeah.
We miss getting together with everybody and that vibe and everything. So
I know, man. I know we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But definitely thank you for rocking with us. It's always good to chop it up with you. And a couple ground rules. If you got questions for A-Plus, please use the questions feature below. I can pull them up rather than putting them in the comments because I'm not looking at those. Those can get distracting. Second thing is, just like on the page, if you get on any fuck shit, start wilding out in the comments, I will send your ass home. Like, don't fuck around with that shit here. So yeah, it's Woo Wednesday. It's West Coast Wednesday. We're gonna jump around a bit and just freestyle or whatever. See what's good. Yo, I'm gonna ask you a question because so that Domino remix, I heard it for the first time like a month ago. I never heard it because I didn't have the vinyl.
Word.
So was it anywhere else?
Just on that vinyl release, yeah. It's just a B-side. Back in those days, the vinyl, the B-side to the single had to put something fire, but contrary to add some depth to the whole single, something that was more rarefied for the heads on the B-side. So, Domino did that with the original track that I made, it has a certain vibe to it, and Domino just put a whole different vibe on it to get all together, more like real hard boom bap. I know you don't like that term. I know you don't like that term. The hard drums though.
I can fuck with it.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you, bro. You know what I mean? I fucks with you, bro. But yeah. So Domino, he came with it on that one. Yeah. That was heavy.
It's like a completely different fucking track, man. Like y'all saying the same shit. Like I've had niggas, I played that. Guys is like, yo, is that new? I'm like, yo, that's fucking like. My man was like, yo, you heard you never knew on the B-side shit? And I was like, nah, because I don't have, I'm not a vinyl head like that. So I never had it. And I was like, yo, and it was good because it's like I found this shit almost 30-something years later and shit. It's like, damn, it's a gem.
That's dope. That's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. Yeah. Domino did his thing with that. Yeah.
He did his thing. And it's
we felt the same way when we heard it. And to your point, it's the exact same vocal track. There's nothing different. We're saying the exact same shit. So Domino really, he put that twist on it and took the song in a different direction. And we were lit up when we heard it.
Yo, yeah, your part sound like even like Pep's part sound like that part where he's like harmonizing a little bit. Mm-hmm. That shit, the whole shit sounds just super hard and crazy. It's a joint, yo.
It's a trip to have two completely different vibes to the same song, but it's the same song, but the vibes are completely different. All together.
That shit had me in the whip like windows down. It's like 30 degrees out. I'm like, what? Y'all gonna hear my shit, yo, for real. And then I play the other one, and I'm like, I'm ready to go like cliff diving and shit, and chill, So it's dope, man, and that shows the versatility of the crew. You know what I mean?
Right on, brother. Thank you.
Yo, so the last time we talked, you said that you was learning some new skills and shit, and doing some stuff like, stuff outside of rap, like, because it was COVID. COVID was like, like, what you've been up to as far as all that other shit goes. Just trying to, just maintaining and everything.
Yeah, I'm still out here, man. Well, one thing that's changed a lot since then is that the world opened up a little bit. I guess it was like June, July or something earlier this year. So that's a big difference. Music changed a little bit. There's a little bit more performing going on. Music money is ramped up for people who are performers like myself and other artists who make a lot of money off performing and just those personal activities and music. That certainly has ramped up since the last time I talked to you. I mean, when I talked to you, bro, oh my goodness, it was like there was no zero money was moving like physically. You know, like there's no outside, none of that shit. So yeah, it's I'm still on the grind. I'm still, you know, I'm always working. I always try to stay active, but I'm in an active mode. I'm not in the same mode as I was during lockdown, where like it's a little bit getting back to some normalcy. It's still a fool out here. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's nowhere near close to where it need to be, but it's just a little bit more stable. And I'm not doing it. I'm doing more. I have more time and space to be doing music again. You know, so that's good. You know, a lot of shit. I'm not doing the. I know I was doing some wiring and like some,
network
the network and fiber optics and all that. Yeah, I was working with this dude, this black dude. It kind of sucks. It's a black-owned company and all of this stuff. Ended up being a straight crook. Owes me scratch to this moment. I'm not gonna say his name or nothing. I was real pissed about it at the time, but yeah. So that's why that went bad. I still got all the certifications and all of that, but it's just, you know, one of them brothers that got his black-owned company out there not paying his people. So he probably owe me some racks and shit. But it's cool. It's cool. All you know, I released myself of that and came away with those same skills. I still have the skills that I learned doing that. That's the difference from the last time I talked to you. I'm not doing that shit at all anymore. Because since the world opened up, it's, you know, it's more opportunities for me to where I don't have to do something that's completely out of my wheel to survive, which I will. I proved I'll do it, but I'm back to doing the stuff I love and I'm more comfortable with doing. Now that the world is stabilizing a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, in some ways.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm saying it like it's a whole, like, oh, this shit is dope. It's nothing like that. It's just, it's opened up this much to a point to where that's mad normal. That's mad more normal for me than some of the other shit that I was having to do to survive. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, yo, it was about adapting and adjusting. You know what I'm saying? And like, I was out of work for like 11 months, not 10 months or some shit. So like, and you figure out like who you are at that time, son. Like, you know,
word up,
for real,
word up.
Because the mouths is still hungry, B. Like,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? They like the birds and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that don't stop. You know what I'm saying? So when all the other shit stopped, you know, them mouths you got to feed don't stop. That shelter needs to be paid for. You know,
right.
And man, I'm not even trying to talk about like it's all swell out here, because like the homeless situation in all of America and all the big cities, I know in the Bay and in California for sure, and I've heard about a lot of other places, it's just ridiculous. There's like straight homeless cities and shit, like and they're like growing, and people, and you know, the police just knock them down and they put them back up, and you know, so. And looking at it from that point of view, shit has gotten worse and worse and worse. Oh, yeah. And so I'm not trying to placate that by saying my little situation. I wanted to say that for the people listening. Like, nigga, it's bad out here. I'm like, I know.
Yeah, and we talking about a small piece as far as like COVID shit being opened back up, but the rest of the world is fucking crazy, yo. I mean, you could just go in it. Yeah. Everybody's losing their minds right now. Like the murder rates in cities are like higher than they've ever been.
Word, it's crazy. Did you hear the thing on you know, the whatever the police do from LA saying like, don't come here, you're not safe. It's like we advise you to not come down here and visit. We can't keep you safe. Like the police or some shit was saying that about LA. I didn't hear it firsthand. I heard it from another source, but that's just crazy, you know.
Yo,
in Oakland, the crime is a fool in Oakland and in the Bay. I mean the smash and grabs, the little, you know, getting your car bipped, you know, windows broken out real quick. They trapping people on roads, like jacking them like that on the little small hood streets and shit. So I mean, it's nutty, man. So I think I'm just, I don't want to say, I'm just kind of not accepting, but I'm realizing the new norm and trying not to be all freaked out about the shit and just move accordingly, because this shit is, like you said, this shit is nuts, man. But you know.
Yeah, everybody's
gotta adapt.
Losing their minds. I was supposed to go to Rochester, New York to rock with this underground crew called the Cloth. Some bunch of dope niggas. My man was like, yo, don't come here right now. He's like, I want you to be safe. He was like, yo, niggas, he's like, people, he's like, they shutting down the city. It's like people dying at an alarming rate. Like, he's like, yo, it's not safe here. He was like, so Yeah, it's different. Just be safe, man. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is you just gotta adjust, yo. Like, you know, I mean, when you go back to A-Plus carrying a hammer around like he did when he was young.
Oh my goodness, man, that was last century.
I mean, things like we going back to that fucking, what's that movie with Van Damme, the fucking cyborg shit. I feel like it's some a post-apocalyptic Van Damme shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yo,
it's a fool out here, man.
Yeah. Yo, what's the deal with you're freezing a little bit. What's the deal with Hyro Coin? Oh, we froze up. Always our Cali cats always freeze. Go back. Go back. You. Go out and come back in. Yeah, he's coming back. The fuck? Yo.
Yo.
Y'all Cali niggas be having that fucked up internet.
I don't know what it is, man. I actually got you on my cell service. I'm gonna put you on the internet real quick. Hold on.
All right. Now that shit ain't. What up?
Yeah, yo. All right. Yes. My apologies, man. That West Coast internet, man. You know.
I'm just fucking with you. It's free, and this is technology, yo. This is what we gotta deal with. So it's all G.
Love's love.
Yo, what up with Hyro Coin, man? I'm scared, man. I was looking at that. Like, I fucked with Bitcoin a few years ago when I was like, I don't even know what it is. I mean, I fucked with Bitcoin a few years on the fucking dark net doing some ill shit, but I haven't fucked with it since. So what's the deal with Hyro Coin, man?
Well, I could tell you as much as I could, as well as I understand this particular language. Casual really is like he's on the dev team for doing it, but I know enough to explain it like a layman kind of. So basically, Hyro Coin is a cryptocurrency, and it goes by the name BAR, BAR, and basically it's a cryptocurrency that's it's a utility, so it has a purpose for the coin in that world, and what that purpose is the money that's made by the coin being traded and people having it. It generates a certain fund that we put in a that we don't put, that is automatically put in an account called like a DAO, DAO. I don't know exactly what that stands for, but it's called a DAO. And basically, the people who own the coin can vote on how the money is used from that DAO to fund artist projects, and people basically make submissions to you know the people who own 51% of Hyro Coin, and whoever that is, you know, if you own some, you're a part of the governance. You're a part of who gets the vote on how this money is used. So people go through the subscription process. They submit these projects. I don't know if it's I need 10 racks. I want to produce this album, or I want to make this video, or whatever. So they make these submissions to the DAO, and then everybody all over the world, whoever owns some Hyro Coin, votes on the shit. And if enough people vote on it, then the money is given to that person so they can do whatever they want with it. It's like crowdfunding for artists through cryptocurrency, kind of.
Dope.
And at the same time, as the more it gets used, the more the actual currency goes up in value. Like cryptocurrencies. See, there's a lot of cryptocurrencies out there who don't have any purpose at all. They're just like kind of in the space to be a part of the wave, and they actually make, earn some value and make some money for people. But the difference with ours is that we're using this in the artist space, and it's not just limited to hip hop music or whatever, but it's going to be cryptocurrency in the artist space, and run by the people. It's not run by us, so we don't have an overwhelming amount of ownership. It's just really run by the holders of the coin itself. So it's another one of those things. The hieroglyphics trying to just be on the cutting edge and on the ground floor on something new. Like, back in the day when we first came out in the early 90s, we were like the first guys like us. Then, around 95, we're the first guys on the internet selling stuff. In the early 90s, we're the first guys of our kind that turned into the internet craze. I mean, independent wave and all of that. And you know, we're trying to continue that trend and just trying to be, you know, trying to be on the ground floor of this technology, but use it in an artistic way to where, you know, it doesn't necessarily just serve people in a monetary sense. It has a utility that serves to art and culture as well.
That's dope. That's a
Right
pretty good explanation for somebody.
Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, I needed layman's terms. That really, because I was looking at it and I was looking at some of the posts and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I thought it was like, I thought somebody hacked the fucking page or some shit, but they gave some Forex shit. You know what I mean? Like, so
it's real. It's real. So we just went through the pre-sale process and we made our soft cap. So it's actually a coin that you can buy and will be traded. Of course, we know the whole market took a big ass dump, but like that's nothing to be too scared about. I mean, a lot of people lost a lot of money, but if you wait, it'll go back. It's gonna go back up and settle. So, but and it makes it good to buy low at a lot of these cryptocurrencies that are just gonna shoot right back up in the months to come. But yeah, it's a real thing. Shout out to Casual and the dev team, the HyroCoin dev team. I'm just a part of it by being a part of Hieroglyphics, and we funded the venture. Casual's been working on it since 2012, and we just been like funding it. He's been developing it, and him and the team. So just trying to come anew and you know, again, it have some kind of artful purpose as opposed to just being on a wave.
Right. No, that's dope. Big up to Casual. New album coming out January 28th. I actually got some background vocals on it, some stupid shit on there. So yeah, big up to him for this shit. I mean, I know he'd be on there. I'll be on his page, and I'd be like, he was doing live shows about crypto for a minute. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? So I pay attention, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was just buying illegal shit on this fucking dark net.
You seen Silk Road?
It was after Silk Road got closed down. It was another one. It was called Alpha Bay, which then got closed down. And
oh man,
I ain't never seen no shit like. I mean, it's the wildest shit ever, yo. Like to see
I heard about it. I never really partook. So you had to get on tour and all of that shit, right?
Yeah, you gotta get a VPN. You gotta get like 3 to, you know, you gotta have your shit like fucking under the radar, yo, because you know what I mean. Like, but there's like ratings for sellers and shit. But like, you can get like any credit card info, like all that shit. I'm like, what? Like, it's wild, yo. It's wild.
Man.
But yeah, anyway, so that's my limited experience because that's the only way I could get certain things. I wasn't hacking nobody's credit cards, by the way.
Hey, yeah, you know, yeah, we all legal these days, right?
Yeah, no, of course, we got the mouths to feed. You know what I mean? Yo, so you've been very candid on your page, and we've talked a little bit about it as far as very candid about some of your challenges with drinking and cigarettes. And so first of all, I want to like say, hey, thank you for being transparent and taking the courage to share some of that with the world and just being real about it. And you know what I'm saying? And salute for the progress you've made. I saw the recent post, you know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you.
9 months or something, right? For alcohol or some shit. So
yeah, man. Yeah, thank you. First of all, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I don't remember the exact. It's probably around 9 months, 10 months, something like that. I haven't drank since February 4th, and I haven't had any cigarettes since August 1st. Yeah, man.
That's
and
great,
I dibble and dabble.
Show some love for that, man. Salute.
I haven't done like, you know, I haven't done any like downer pills or no ecstasy or no shit like that either, which is shit I also used to like to do. And just drugs in general, because I was really mostly drinking and you know, doing Molly and shit, but yeah, I'm cool. All of that, I'm you know, it's been fun, but I don't do any of that shit no more. And
no trees either.
Well, you know, I don't really consider that a drug, bro.
Okay, that's why I wanted to clarify. I don't either, and that's why I have a friend who's clean from dope and all sorts of crazy, you know, all sorts of shit. And he smokes trees. I mean, so yeah, whatever. I don't. I mean,
well, see, 100%. Yeah, I hear you, man. And it's a polarizing thing in the sobriety community, the alcoholic sobriety community.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Smoking weed is like super polarizing. You know, there's like half the people are like you ain't sober if you smoke, and the other half are like nothing in the text or the the steps and all of that say anything about weed. It just only talks about alcohol. So I just kind of like I just hold to my own. I tell people, listen, man, do what you want to do, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. But I'm only around here to talk about alcohol and to deal with alcohol and not drinking. If you want to say that I'm not sober because I still smoke weed, then you can have the word sober, because I didn't come here to be a definition. I came here to not drink. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. You can have a word if that makes you feel better. But I'm like live and let live. I try not to, I don't rock the boat. I don't get into it with people about it. I don't really have that much hair in it for that. I'm just concerned with anybody who doesn't want to drink no more, and we can talk about that. And otherwise, mind your fucking business, man.
Right. Or no, I feel you. I've been around some 12-step folks before, and some of them can be quite arrogant. Some of them are cool. You know what I'm saying? It's just like any other cipher. You know what I'm saying?
It's people, bro. That's the whole thing. It's like, and somebody, I think it was my mom or somebody, told me that like when you in there, you got to just remember that everybody there is just the same people that outside the world. It's no different. And just keep that in mind. Y'all just on a different wave, and y'all dealing with a different topic. But like, don't expect motherfuckers to be no different, or you just gonna have like disappointment. So yeah, and I just be like, whatever, man. My whole thing is, I'm like, I don't give if it don't matter to me, if it has no pertinence to me, I don't even want to know it, man. That's your business.
Right.
Wherever our unifying factor is, we can talk about that. Otherwise, I don't really got much to say.
Right. You know what kills me though, and I've been around some people with this situation before, is that sometimes when people do sober up, they become the most self-righteous, arrogant people you ever want to see in your life. And it's like, yo, 6 months ago, however long ago, you were fucking on the street, like sucking dick for fucking coke or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
And now you want to blow your horn, like yeah.
Right, and like look down at other people that ain't. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on, man. Like, you of all people should be understanding and compassionate of that situation because you were there.
Yeah, it's a lot of that, man, and that's like that's an insecurity, and people have to deal with that within themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even me hurling an insult. That is literally an insecurity. If you tripping off what someone else doing because of what you doing, that means you can't handle being around them. It ain't got nothing to do with them, really. You know what I'm saying? That's something to look at inward for. Me and 100%. Like, I don't even like try to get into it with people on that level, man. I'm not a thumper. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm the type of motherfucker. I'm still sitting around motherfuckers drinking all day. I'm still sitting around motherfuckers who smoke cigarettes. Like, it's about me, you know what I'm saying? If I don't want to be around that, if it's going to make me have to want to do that shit, I shouldn't be around you, you know what I'm saying? Or have you around me. Of course, there's no bogeys in my crib or nothing like that. And like, I don't have people coming and bringing their drink over my crib, you know what I'm saying? But out in the world, I go out all the time. People smoking and drinking, and I don't got nothing to say about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I get my tails and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to rock it. To me, it's a completely 100% personal issue. It affects other people, but as far as dealing with it, it's 100% a personal issue. And I, from this process, I truly believe that everything is like that. You know what I'm saying? Any hang up a motherfucker got with anything, man, that's your issue, man.
That's your shit. Right.
That's your issue.
Right. Yeah. No, facts, man, and I appreciate you adding on to that, because that's it's something I see a lot of, and I'm like, yo, like, you were just there, so it's about you.
Yeah, I get the same feeling about that, about people like that. And I'm the one in recovery. I'm a person in recovery, and I get the exact same That's just real motherfucker shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, who the fuck is you? You was just, I swear, man, like, I hope somebody pull my coat if they catch me walking around like trying to tell other motherfuckers what to do with they drinking and they smoking and shit, unwarranted, like with nobody asking me shit. Yeah, fuck that shit. I get annoyed with the same shit. I get annoyed when people in meetings do that shit, or when anybody, even somebody I'm just around, is doing that shit. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Who gives a shit? You know?
Yeah, man.
You was just like, you know what? To break it down, really, I don't like blatant extreme hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? That, I think on a broader scale, that's what it boils down to. Motherfuckers who are just like clear cut waffling hypocrites on anything. I just kind of get annoyed by, and especially when it comes to shit like that, when it's like it's really involved in struggle and self betterment. Like, you being mad petty, yo. Hand me your fucking shit. Hand your fucking shit. Give it a half a decade, pimp, before you start talking that shit.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. And even then, shut the fuck up, man, because you're only
even then
you're only a slip away, man. You'll say you only got 24 hours, man. You know what I'm saying? So like, and to take it a step further, as far as that goes, I just can't fuck with extremists on any side of the fence, you know? Like, extreme vegans, extreme hunters. Y'all both suck. Like, I haven't eaten meat in like 20 years, but like, I hate fucking a lot of vegans. I want to punch them in the fucking mouth. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, the fucking middle path to me is like work. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I could dig it. I could dig it. That fits for anything, really. It's just like, man, people get so pumped up on their shit, man, and yeah, I agree. Same shit.
Yo, in one of the posts, a recent post you had, you were talking about that, you know, you used alcohol as a deal with anxiety, and so you don't fuck with alcohol now. What are you using to deal with anxiety, and how are you handling that?
Techniques.
Man,
mostly it's been a lot of it's been like meditation, it's been breathing, it's been like it's been spiritual. You know what I'm saying? For whatever that means for different people. It's been you know, it's been reprogramming, like, you know, like it's been a lot of like accessing the root of certain shit and dealing with shit there, as opposed to dealing with reactions from that shit or masking it. It's like really hitting, you know, it's different for everybody. I would recommend therapy for people who are open to that. Definitely talking to people, talking shit through, and talking to objective people that don't got no bad intentions for you. It's a lot of monitoring yourself and like replacing the old bad habits that you want to dump, that you have identified and that you want to dump, replacing them with new habits. But the same way it took to make them habits, you have to, like, you know, get yourself to break them the same way and make new ones the same way. It's a lot of repetition, it's a lot of accountability, a lot of discipline, you know, and you got to find the things and one of the main things that's very important is anything in your life, that anything at all, whether it's people or activities or anything that in any way makes you deviate from the things you identify that you would like to and need to do for these goals of breaking down this anxiety, which has been targeted and broken down. If anything that makes you deviate from that shit, you got to cut that shit out your life. Whether it's people, whether it's habits, whatever the fuck it is. And it's just about really having a really serious conversation with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we all have them all the time, but then we psychologically gloss over our shits and just do shit. We have psychological bad habits. Any addiction or any anxiety or any of that shit, it's all wrapped up in that. We don't really, in the fact that we don't really allow our logical self to think the situation through before we bust moves. We just psychologically move past it and disregard it and placate it or deny it and just go do some stupid shit and call it okay. And it becomes like once you have actually taken the effort to identify the shit, like the means to dealing with it becomes more clear. it seems like it's mad daunting, but it's just like breaking any bad habit. It's just like it's just like making any good habit. You know, it's just like your first few weeks at the gym. If you ain't went there in 5 years, it's gonna be rough at first, but you're gonna be cool after a couple weeks once you acclimate. Same shit, and it may be uncomfortable, but growth is uncomfortable, especially the kind of growth that leads to a better situation. So that's all I recommend. It's just like, but instead of it sounding all daunting, it really becomes more of like a joyous travel. It becomes like somehow once, especially when you get like bad situations, bad people, all that kind of shit, bad energies, whatever that is from around you, like things just, you know, and you dedicate to like thinking shit through, things just start to, answers just start to happen. You know what I'm saying? The shit just it starts to feel kind of good to do what you need to do, you know? But it's really important to stay away from anything that doesn't make you feel right about those new goals.
Lots of good advice right there. And one thing, you said a couple things that stood out for me, and you gave a lot of good tools that people can use. You know, you mentioned therapy. Shout out to my therapist. You know, this motherfucker's dope as hell. He got me my med card. So so big up to him. But one thing that you mentioned that's really, really important, man, is replacing the bad habits. You can't just stop something. You have to replace it with something, because your mind's going to go. So the spiritual teacher really impressed us upon me. He was just like, if you want to stop something, because you have to add, and then you have to subtract and then add something. It has to be replaced with something else, because the mind's going to do what it's going to do regardless. It has to do something.
It's going to snap right back to where it was comfortable.
Right. It's got to do something.
Yeah.
So you got to. Yeah. So if you're taking something out that you were like, you know what I'm saying, that was taking up tons and tons of time of yours, you got to replace it with something else. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the ego aspect of self will snap right back to where it's comfortable on being on some fuck shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Immediately. Right. If you don't replace that shit, it will do that shit immediately. You know. Like,
immediately.
ASAP. You know, and it really does take a lot of introspection and shit, because it doesn't. One thing that people really need to recognize is that it's not like a kind of thing to where, unless you were just a piece of shit person, you know what I'm saying, literally, then you got to be able to admit that. But it really isn't about judging yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's about like being your best self. You know what I'm saying? It's not what you've been, it's what you're becoming. And that'll take a lot of the guilt out of it for a lot of people in that situation. Like for me, like I always been a fucking straight shooter. So I ain't have most of my guilt is like probably saying shit I shouldn't have said in ways I shouldn't have said them. But I never really had to be like, I said some shit that wasn't true. You know, I probably just shouldn't have said a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I can relate.
You know what I'm saying? And so like that's a different set of shit. But for a lot of people, like they think that from the outside looking in, the process is a guilt-ridden process where you have to beat yourself down and like, you know, it's not that at all. It's more like standing up for yourself, you know, like more than anything. But yeah, breaking those habits and replacing them with different behavior. It's like realizing a lot of information that we get is bullshit information, and we stand on it because we've had it for so long, and it's about identifying that shit, you know. And and it really, for me, it's really mad internal. It don't got really nothing to do with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? It like, for me, I'm like real like heartfelt and like we were talking about before. Like I'm like an empath, and so like I just had to turn that sensor inward on me, because if I have that shit going outward, I'm gonna feel a lot of bad shit. This is a fucked up place a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? But it really just comes back to like, if you turn the love and inward, well, that's how you love outward even more. And the things out there that ain't really to present itself to be loved aren't such a harmful things. They're more, you could still love without taking shit personally. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And you know that's it. It's a real inward journey. You know.
Yeah, and it's the one thing that you said it a couple of times. It's an inward thing. You got to look within, and I wanted to point out, sometimes that can be a scary thing at first. You know what I mean? And it's like, that shit is scary. Like, look, you know, because you gotta keep it 100 with yourself. And like that's the first person we got to keep it 100 with, right?
That's
like my friend did a seminar one time. Was called The Lies We Tell Ourselves, and she was saying that like we can fool ourselves into thinking anything that we want. Like this person's good for us, this person's not good for us, whatever. Like, you know, if we want to fuck with somebody, we want to do some ill shit, we can rationalize that shit like anything. So we got to be careful, man. It's about like being honest with ourselves first, man.
But more, man, you hit the head on the nail, man. It's like it literally is about like having a honest conversation with yourself. And like no one's around, bro. You ain't gotta lie, or sister, you ain't, you know, like you would want to have this conversation with me. You know what I'm saying? Like talking to self, because like at that moment, it's like with the ego gone and all of that shit. It's like it's for real. Who cares what anybody thinks or anybody says or anything? It really is difficult for people to do that shit. It really is. Yeah. It really is. And there's a myriad of different reasons. Like some people got trauma, some people got PTSD, some people are just fucking liars. They were born rotten. You know what I'm saying? Some people have fears, you know, like, but ultimately the only person you're cheating out is yourself on a upward spiritual path in this blessed time we have.
Right.
You know?
And you can tell that so it's terrifying, but it's critical, you know what I mean? And that we do it though. You know, and that's it,
man. I one of the main things about therapy and about this shit is like how you could be a real motherfucker and still find how you've done that yourself. Like, oh my God, I had myself on some bullshit, you know. Right. And it doesn't even mean like not being real. It's just like the mind is like the ego aspect of the mind is mad tricky. It's trying to outwit you all the time to stay in control. You know, right. The ego aspect of self is an inner battle. That shit is smart as fuck. It's you at your best with not your best intentions. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So yeah, that inward talk with self is gonna be rough for a lot of people, especially people who can't be real with other people. You know, right. if you're already full of shit, I mean, it's gonna take some real lows to snap you out of that. You know? And God be with you.
Yeah. Word. Cause you're gonna get it extra hard, right? Cause you got to get thumped a little extra hard because you fucking arrogant. You know what I'm saying? So like, that beating's gonna hurt. You're gonna get a couple of extra licks, yo.
Yeah. That shit be hurting when you write, just because you didn't think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like outside of the fact that it hurts when you're wrong, it's like you could be 100% right, but spiritually, if you a dick about it, you're gonna learn that hurt from that lesson. It's a fool how this shit work, but you know,
it doesn't matter about like. And that's the shit with the spirit. It's funny. It's like it doesn't matter if you're right. It's like how did you move? Like it's like how did you approach it? How did you move? How did you deal with that situation? I mean, I've been right a lot of times, but I've been a fucking asshole too at the same time. So my message was lost, right? Because I was a fucking dickhead. I said some slick, funny shit and whatever. Was an asshole about it. Now you got my message plus some other shit. And you can't hear my message, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I'm being an Aries, man. That's the story of my life, man. I've been right so many times, but just the delivery is just, you know, ain't really cool for some people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, live and learn. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you're always learning, man. Always learning. One post you did recently, you were I wanted to build on was where you were saying, because I've talked about this a lot, and so I wanted to hear what your thoughts about it more. You were saying stepping away from toxic friends and family. And I let's talk about that, man, because a lot of people look at this family shit as like the be all end all and willing to get walked over and fucked over and fucked up because somebody's related to somebody. So you don't have to deal with that shit.
I mean, that's rough, man. When anybody super close to you, and whether it be family or the quote friends and stuff, it's like it's ironic, or maybe not ironic, but like really in life, man. Even if strangers and just the world at large and the adversity that comes with that doesn't really bother you, you kind of like, you know, strong enough to deal with that, man. Like the kind of shit that comes with a family betrayal or friend betrayal can be crippling to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be really painful and cause a lot of harm. And it's a trip how they, they say the closest people to you can hurt you the most because, they're the ones that you believe you're safe with. But I guess there's this thing to where, like, there's a saying that, like, about feeling obligated to people because of time invested, and it kind of makes it psychological. It can make one psychologically not look at the fact that they may no longer have their best interests at heart when it comes to things that are important, and that often happens with family. Because under the guise of family, people talk about family over everything. But that's like the worst advice you could give a motherfucker, man. That really is. It's horrible advice. Now, this is not to say that family isn't important. Indeed, it's one of the most important things in the world. But to say family over everything is it's a lie we tell ourselves, and it kind of increases the damage when you happen to have a family member or a friend who really ain't loving you like that. And it's a trip. But what I found, and this it just really counts for in any kind of family, any kind of close bond, any kind of place to any kind of situation of betrayal. I just I've gotten to a point where, like, I've taken some shit really serious, I've had a unique situation myself, and everybody does themselves. But without getting into details, it's like being able to be out of the situation and look at it positively. You know what I'm saying? Not disregard the negative aspects, not disregard the fact that you feel like you may have been wrong. Definitely not to disregard any part you might have played in being wrong. But it takes a lot, man. But sometimes what my post was saying is what it takes is sometimes you just gotta, like, fuck that family shit, fuck that friendship, because without all of the stigma of what a friend and a family is supposed to be, this motherfucker, whatever they label themselves, they did some shit that did not qualify themselves for me to be as close to me as family or friends should. And the trick is, because of these attachments and these relationships, we often feel like it makes it more difficult for us to leave those situations or to create distance in those situations. But ultimately, all that does is just you choosing not to leave it because of the issue of it being a close friend or family. Circling back to what I initially said about time invested, and it's a psychological trick we play on ourselves. And I'm not here to tell nobody else what to do, but as far as the post is concerned, I had discovered that, like, listen, man, it don't even have to be a bad situation. It could be like if I disagree with somebody I didn't even know that much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to have as many hard feelings. The difference is I know that I may know this person very well, but that's the only difference. So I can still know them very well and still love them and understand that this disagreement has us in a space to where we ain't cohesive in this area no more. And to really let go of whatever kind of emotional attachments I may have had, if it really is a close friend or really is a family member, I have to consciously realize that ain't the shit. And I have to make my mind understand that and make it understand with the same fervor that I feel the truth of the betrayal in, or I feel the reason why I don't like this motherfucker, or why I feel like they did me dirty. Use that same energy and realizing why, like, listen, it's better off for me to, like, leave all the negativity behind and still love and care about them motherfuckers and use that energy to put me at a safe distance from them without having to be negative, having to take any negative out of this with me. And that's what I was talking about in that. And I found that, like, it doesn't seem possible at the time, especially when you fucking angry or you hurt or you feel like you should be vindicated. You know what I'm saying? Or you like, you down scrapping in this area because somebody did you dirty. It's like, it doesn't really seem possible, but that post was just about, like, it really is. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't seem so at first. But, right. But it really is. And after a while, you're just like, yeah, you know what it is, and not even on no corny shit. It just really is what it is. And again, it's that honest conversation. It's about appealing to yourself. It's like I'm talking to myself without them emotions and talking to myself like my logical self would, or how I would say to a good friend of mine if they asked me for advice in a situation, and trying to stay. And the only way to stay in that place is to you know, find a way to have the emotional disconnect to look at it in a realistic way. And that's why I always err on the side of love, because love is like, when you're not feeling all the madness, it's really clearer to see what everybody's doing and how everybody's feeling, and still disagree. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different place, and that's what that post was about. And like, you know, that like the pain of betrayal, and just like, you know, you like, for like that shit will just, you, the negative energy reaction will just makes it worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, I was wilding. I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna say everything. It got to the point to where like some people are capping it off like some shit I said wasn't true, because they're like, oh, that nigga, please, he be tripping because of how I was saying it. You know what I'm saying? But like, everything I said was fucking true. You know what I'm saying? But I had to like get over that shit and let it be what it's gonna be, and decide what matters more to me. And once I got to that point, I'm just like, hey, you know what? That's safe. That's a issue, and it was only mine because I was letting it be, and I was, right. Yeah. So yeah. I hope that makes sense, man.
No, it makes perfect sense. I mean, it makes perfect sense, because in the end, you know, like you said, that betrayal is harder, because those are the people that are supposed to hold you down. So when they not only not hold you down, but they fuck you over, that shit is worse. But it's like, you gotta treat them. I mean, I should say, you gotta, like, I'm right with you, man. I look at the person, and I look at how they rock with me, whether it's family, whether I know you for like 6 months, whatever. Like, how you move with me, you know what I'm saying? And I don't talk to a lot of my family, and the ones I do, I love. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like what it is. So,
word. Yeah. I mean, you know what? Like, there's a point, man. Like, we give, I don't know, like we have unrealistic expectations with certain motherfuckers based off of, I don't know. It's just, you know, when you don't know a motherfucker, you don't, 80%. They're not gonna get like a million chances with you, but you know, you'll let a motherfucker close to you slide, and then it gets to be a little demented when you just let them slide so much that fuck shit becomes the norm, and that's like psychosis. You know what I'm saying? And that could make that everybody's weird at that point. The motherfuckers doing it, and the motherfuckers it's being doing too. Everybody is on some weird shit at that point, right. And you know, it's got to be to a point of how much do you not want to be in it, you know, right. And again, last thing I'm gonna say, it goes all the way back to that ego death, that egoless, straight up real conversation with yourself. That's it. Like, and it you know, that's it. If it's just you and you on earth, no lying, no perpetrating, no emo shit, it's not gonna matter. That's some I Am Legend shit. You gotta be there with yourself. You gonna be lying to yourself when it's just you and the dog, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You gotta, you know, and you know, accountability is huge. It's something that the world is short on right now. It all, you know, all of that shit, man. But it's a personal journey for everybody.
Yeah, Dax. Everyone's got their own ride on this shit. We gotta get on out of here in fucking 9 minutes, man. What you got going on with music wise? I know that like you was last year you had like 3 joints with Architects. Salute to him.
4
last year.
Yeah.
So what you got going on? What's in the works for you, man?
Right now, man, I'm getting ready to. I know I've been saying this for a minute, but I got a situation to where I'm gonna get the whole Pep Love A-Plus record all ready to go. That shit is fire. People gonna like that. People who fuck with us is gonna really like that. It's produced by my brother King Ductor from SoCal. So it's me and Pep Love on that joint. Also, I got some other stuff I've been working on. I got stuff, you know, I got a bunch of scattered stuff, but that's my first main thing I'm putting out. Within the last few months, I put out a couple of instrumental joints. I'm putting out 2 more of those.
Oh, word?
Yeah, check. It's called A-Plus Sagano Road Instrumentals. They're on any streaming platform: iTunes, Spotify, Apple. Yeah, I said that. Apple. It'll be YouTube. It's called A-Plus Sagano Road Instrumentals. Also got another Stony Hawk album coming out, and I got some things in the work that's like too early to really even, you know. I'm working on some stuff with my son. Shout out my son. He's in college, second year at school.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, man, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I really enjoy the I don't know. I enjoy the struggle of life right now. It's, you know what I'm saying. I enjoy it. I'm mad grateful. I have a lot of gratitude. You know, my family's good. I'm just I'm happy. I'm in a good place. And I'm not taking no time off. I'm really like, you know, I'm just working. I'm working, man, and just I like to focus and not drinking, and masking my anxiety. And I like the clarity of it, because I was already, you know, I wasn't like non-functional or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I just like my capacity now, you know. And I'm looking forward to new opportunities, and it's really hard to say shit without it sounding corny. You know what I'm saying? But
I
who
mean,
gives a
you're
fuck,
fucking,
right?
nah, yo, listen, we fucking grown ass men, man. We in our 40s, man. This shit is real
Word,
ass fucking shit, man. If you might think this is
word,
corny, they can fucking eat a dick, man. That's what that is.
for real.
So that's just straight up, man. Like, this is some real ass talk. I mean, if people thought it was just gonna be some fucking, you know, just, I mean, but that's not been the comments. The comments have been, everyone's been showing love. I mean, so, but I'm just saying in general, like,
Shout
it
out
ain't,
y'all out there.
it's not corny to fucking, to grow as a person, man. You know what I mean? And anybody that thinks that is fucking corny themselves. So fuck them.
I couldn't have said that. I couldn't have said it better, man. And like, it's a trip how, like, you know, like, man, people should be aspiring to get older. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
love
you
it.
feel me? I fucking love this shit. I absolutely love this shit. I couldn't be more thankful, and I live it for everybody. You know how many people ain't here, it didn't make it, that's still dying. Like, we taking a lot of loss. I'm just like, shit, man. I ain't got time for the bullshit. You know, and it's a good age, man. It's a good age, bro.
It's a good time.
Shout out to you, man. How's everything out there?
Now we chilling,
How's
man.
the
I'm
fam?
just everybody's living, man. Just trying to maintain, you know, a lot of shit. Trying to jump off with this stuff we doing here and stuff. We got some things popping off. I'll let everybody know we're gonna be fuck it. We're gonna be on Beat Miners Radio. Big up Evil D, Mr. Walt. Show's going to Beat Miners Radio in January. So
That's awesome.
we'll let that out.
Congratulations.
So thanks.
Congratulations. You know, all
So
right, you know. All right.
so yeah, we,
I
you know,
see
I'm
you.
trying to I get, you know, and the fact that my friends are people like you, it's good. I get good guests. So next week
Man,
we got Tri-State next week. We got Billy Dan's the following week. Then we got Brother Jay. We got DB Alias Christ. We got Tajay in January. So no, it's good, man. I mean, here's the thing. Before we go, you know, we got a couple more minutes. I want to get out there. What's the deal with High Road Day? Like, regardless, fam, I gotta get out. I'm coming out there. Just let me know where you at around that time. I'm coming out there.
No doubt. We're optimistic that we're gonna be able to crack it this year. You know, fingers crossed, and all energy well. But no matter what, I'll let you know what's up. You know, you my brother, man. So I'll let you know, like, you'll know way ahead of time how things is going and all of that.
Yeah, let's definitely talk, man. You know what I'm saying? About that shit. I just want to get out there, man. I love rocking with y'all cats, and it's always fun, man. Like, listen, if you've never been to High Road Day, it's one of the best festivals, best experiences. It's just fun, family friendly. Like, the last one was a skate jam. Like, there was this one little kid, yo. He was like 12 years old. He had to be like, he wasn't 12. He was trying to bust his trick, trying to just busting his ass. He had no shirt on. Busting his ass, busting his ass, busting his ass. And then he hit the trick. And the shit
everybody
was
like,
I was like, ah! You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so High Road Day was a blast. It was 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made, you know, it's a dope ass time. And, you know, so if hopefully that shit goes on this year in whatever capacity. I know you guys had a small one. I was in LA at the time, but I know you had a small one recently, right?
Yeah, we had High Road Day weekend, because we couldn't have High Road Day because it just, you know, the mandates wouldn't let us have it. So we had High Road Day weekend over the course of the weekend. So it was, we went in with a legal smoke session with Smokeland and a bunch of other people in the cannabis industry, and we had the High Road Comedy Circle. You know, we had a bunch. We had something to keep it to keep the tradition going. But we plan on having the festival this coming year for sure.
Right. No, that'd be dope. So I definitely want to ask Tajay about that too. I definitely want. I mean, yo, I love that shit.
Yeah,
that shit
you
is
got
so much.
you gotta come. You gotta come, brother. You gotta come.
Oh, of course. No, that's what it is. It's an annual thing, and it's fucking dope out there. So definitely. We gotta do this again, yo. I still have questions, but I got another show after this. So
Hey, bro, you know me, bro. We actually family, man. So it's like whenever. It's an honor for me to come on here. Thank you for having me. We can do it again. We can do it again and again, my brother. And congratulations.
Work. Oh no, thank you, man. We're gonna do it again. Salute to everybody that's in the fucking build, and big up to you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely getting out there. I love you, you family, and you know, so we'll get this up on the YouTube and all that and stuff. So salute. We rocking with my man, Safe the Hip Hop Culture in 30 seconds. Salute, man. Be good.
Salute, my brother. Peace.
All right, baby.